Developers know us way better than you think. Especially in this era where the games are sending information back all the time. Usage statistics, they say, well, they know what we know, and that means they know what we don't know. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 times developers knew we'd do something stupid. Starting off with number 10, bears in space using the Doomsday Gun. Listen, you can't put something called the Doomsday Gun in a game and not expect players to use it, so obviously the 3-man dev team knew what they were doing here. Bears in Space is an intentionally absurd game. For most of it, you're forced to take the dumbest option possible. And I mean, like, specifically to progress in the game, you have to do the dumbest thing. But even as far as this game goes, actually using the Doomsday Gun, pretty stupid. You get it for free in a gift shop because it's just that kind of game. But if you use it, nothing seems to actually happen. It has an ammo count that starts at 50 and goes down every time you turn the handle, but nothing seems to happen. It's only if you specifically choose to waste your precious time and turn that crank 50 times does it happen, and it's exactly what you think. Giant cartoon rocket comes out of the box, launches, flies really slowly, and if it hits anything, it blows up the entire world. It has no other function. Literally does nothing other than take up space in your weapon wheel. It's just one of the many goofy things they made just to amuse themselves. Most of the goofy joke weapons are harmless or ineffective, but this one's extremely deadly, and it forces you to sit there and crank this thing for a while before it does anything, just long enough to make you feel like an idiot, but not too long that you'll say, screw it, and do something else. Then we'd all sit there and keep clicking to see if something happens, and hey, something does happen. It's not good necessarily, but it does happen. At number 9 is Baldur's Gate, accepting Volo's help in scare quotes, of course. One of the wonderful things about Baldur's Gate 3 is how the game lets you dig your own grave, and it does it in so many varied ways. You can pretty much voluntarily kill yourself all over the place in Baldur's Gate 3 by making stupid or obvious decisions. And the game never stops you or even throws up a warning. This game gives you plenty of rope to hang yourself with. It's that simple. There's plenty of bad decisions to be made, but one of the most obviously foolish has got to be when you accept help from Volo to deal with your whole brain parasite problem. This guy's clearly an idiot who doesn't know the first thing about medicine, but he's somehow convinced he can perform a successful brain surgery with a needle in an ice pick, which you know, I wouldn't do. Not ever. If you agree to let him help you, he'll start hammering into your skull through your eye socket, and anybody with any sense would stop the whole thing right there to avoid permanent damage. We're not here to make good decisions, though, so no matter how much it seems like he's botching it, we're just going to sit here and take it. In most games, you eventually get to a point where Volo has to stop no matter what, but in this game, it just let you go until it cuts your eye out.
Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
Seriously, you're just an eye short now. That's what you get for trusting Volo. In this case, it's not all bad, though. You get a magic eye in place of the old one that gives you the ability to see things that are invisible. So, in this one rare instance, doing the colossally stupid thing is actually rewarded. And number 8 is the riddle of futility in Dragon's Dogma 2. In many games, the developers attempt to protect us from ourselves, but not the developers of Dragon's Dogma 2. Rather than use their foreknowledge to help us out, these guys choose to take advantage of our ignorance and intentionally lay down traps for us to fall into. Which you gotta respect that. Off the beaten path, you can find the Sphinx, who challenges you to solve series of riddles. If you get any wrong, she'll fly away and never come back. Just one mistake, she's gone for good, and a lot of these puzzles are deliberately designed to make you mess up, make a mistake, or just be really frustrating. Probably the cruelest, or one of them at least, is the riddle of futility. The actual objective, very simple. Deliver this big vase to a guy that's far away. If it breaks, you fail. Mission over. Sphinx flies away. You never see Sphinx again. Very skittish, the Sphinx. And also a stiff breeze is going to break this thing. So, you know, dealing with the dozens of enemies that will get in your way is part of the problem you have to solve. If you try to solve it the normal way, yes, I said the word ahem, this riddle is absolutely miserable. It's pure torture, and the devs know it. If you're a dum-dum who's not thinking, you're just going to take the whole thing at face value and try to do it the extremely hard way. But it's a riddle. So there's an easier way around it. Instead of taking the vase to the guy, you take the guy to the vase. You can teleport while holding someone, so just go to the guy, teleport him back to the Sphinx, and instantly solve the riddle, no problem. At this point in the game, you might not realize that's possible. You might think the game's pulling a double trick on you or something, but no, you're just an idiot hauling a vase halfway across the world for no reason. They made it a challenge that was infuriatingly hard, but not quite hard enough to seem impossible, and that's falling for it. And a lot of people did. And number 7 is taking a leap of faith in Far Cry 6. You know how it goes in the Assassin's Creed games. You're on top of something big. There's going to be a convenient hay bale somewhere nearby that you can jump onto or into, whichever. These things, with 100% accuracy, always break your fail. Like, it is completely safe to jump off of the big thing into the hay. You would not do this in real life, I hope, or in Far Cry. These games just give you regular old fall damage. If you want to survive a fall, you better have a magic parachute you can deploy and put away at any time. Still, you climb a random tower, you see some bird poop and a pile of hay. You go, all right, I'll jump. The obvious thing to do is jump, right? You even get the classic Assassin's Creed eagle call sound when you jump before splatting on the ground. The devs knew exactly what they were doing here. It's an intentional troll that works masterfully. Because seriously, it's just some hay on the ground beside a tower. That's all they had to do to insert Assassin's Creed into people's heads. And we all jumped into our inevitable deaths. At least dying is just a slap in the wrist in these games. It's more funny than annoying, but it's quite funny. And number 6 is Lords of the Fallen and the secret ending. One recent trend in Souls games is to make the worst ending possible one of the hardest to get. And this game goes all in on that. If you want to unlock the Umbral ending, you got to follow a very specific series of actions. It's extremely easy to lock yourself out of the ending completely if you progress the game too far without accomplishing certain things. Most of the time, you're just taking the hard route. It's not exactly stupid, duh. But this game really rubs the futility of the entire thing in your face. You gotta kill multiple friendly NPCs to progress the quest, up to and including the one blacksmith in the game, and the character you use to level up. Those are pretty much the two most essential NPCs. Killing them off is completely idiotic under pretty much any circumstance, and you have to do it if you want this ending. Seriously, you're killing off the main shopkeeper, and for what? Just to see what happens when you side with the faction that wants to kill everyone and return everything to non-existence. Like, it just goes to show how people who play these games will do literally anything to experience all the content, no matter how stupid and counterproductive those actions are. And number 5 is Praise Climbing of the Helicopter. Enough with the stupid stuff that actually requires some kind of explanation. Let's talk about something so obviously stupid that nobody would actually do it, right? When it comes to video games, though, nothing's too stupid for someone out there to try. And that includes this. At the very start of Prey, you have to get on a helicopter and fly to the office across the city. And while the whole thing is just an elaborate ruse, the helicopter blades are very real. For some reason, if you decide to end it all in the most idiotic way possible, the game actually rewards you for it. Climb on top of the helicopter and get instantly chopped up by the blades. That earns you the no-show achievement. I guess if you drop players in an environment where you seemingly can't die, they'll always find a way to kill themselves, right? It's a compulsion. It can't be helped at this point. It's also hilarious when you muck up the game in such a way. For some reason, gamers seem to have a death wish like that, and these devs understood it better than anyone. And number 4, Strong Bad's cool games for attractive people, you know, setting things on fire.
Now everybody talks about Telltale's The Walking Dead, but right here, this is the real magnum opus here.
This is an adventure game where the primary goal is to do something stupid, and that's pretty much all you're doing. But even knowing that, there's some impressively dumb stuff the game rewards you for doing. There's few things dumber in life than starting fires, but this game gives you a lighter and tells you to have at it.
My lighter! I knew getting you back wasn't a total waste of space and time!
Most of the lighter interactions are completely optional, in fact. They're just here for if you want to embrace your inner Beavis and Butthead. There's so many things you can optionally just set on fire, including, probably my favorite, a smoke detector. Like, there's a special dialogue and animation for it and all. Most adventure games rarely acknowledge when you use a random thing in your inventory with other things. But this game knows exactly what everybody's going to be doing with that lighter. They're going to try to start fires everywhere.
And to this game's credit, they actually let us do it, you know. It's pretty awesome.
And number 3 is Henry Stickmin's using the teleporter. Doing stupid things is the stated goal of this series and your primary interaction with the world. You get to choose your own adventures set of options. You pick one, it probably kills you somehow, and then you try something else. Most of the time, it's completely arbitrary what option actually progresses the story versus what kills you. But if there's anything consistent about this game, it's that if you get the teleporter option, it's going to kill you. It keeps showing up, and it always gets you killed, no matter what. Except for the final time where it shows up and then it actually works. You know, I guess as a joke.
Wanna be coming in fast.
But also like to progress the story as a joke. I don't know, you could probably do that loop forever. Say a thing, explain the serious thing, and then say as a joke with this game. I don't know, they finally subvert your expectations after a lot of times telling you that teleporter, you're not supposed to use it, man. Don't use the teleporter. Oh, it's how you win. And number 2 is Resident Evil's getting of the shotgun. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes the game knows the player is going to fall into some optional trap or do something stupid, and instead of just using the opportunity to laugh at him, the game actually helps out. In the original Resident Evil, the shotgun trap is one of the most obvious tricks of all time. I mean, seriously, if you played any kind of puzzle game or adventure game before, you'll see this coming a mile away. There's a room with a shotgun mounted on the wall. You're free to pick it up, but removing it triggers some kind of mechanism, so anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together will immediately realize this is a trap, and you gotta pull an Indiana Jones and put something else in the shotgun's place to solve the puzzle. Here's the thing though, Resident Evil was for many their first experience with these types of games, so they just grabbed the gun and didn't think twice about it, and of course they entered the next room and triggered the Crusher trap. Once you're in there, there's no way out. Looks like certain death, and it is if you're Chris. But if you're Jill, you get rescued by Barry, and this is where the Jill sandwich line comes from.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Basically, you're only going to see this scene if you're a dummy, or if you know how it works already, because it's the most obvious trap in the world, but Capcom knew people would fall for it anyway, so they just put it in, and also put in somebody to rescue you if you're playing the game with the easier character. And it's a Jill sandwich, everyone! And number 1 is Fear and Hunger, jumping down the toilet. Only in video games are we presented with the most suicidal and idiotic options on a regular basis, and even more regularly taking them. It's a learned behavior because most of the time we are rewarded for idiotic choices in one way or another. Oh, that bottomless pit actually has a warp barrel in it. Or getting jumped by this enemy actually takes you to a new area to explore. Stuff like that. In a lot of games, any pit and a hole is a potential secret, but sometimes a pit's just a pit. Fear and Hunger is a game that clearly recognizes player patterns, and it's the only explanation why this option even exists. Near the start of the game is a toilet. It's covered in blood. You can check it, and what luck. It's actually got a big opening that you can go into. Climbing down a toilet hole? Great idea, right? No, you idiot. You rube. You absolute gullible fool. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You just climbed into a pit filled with feces, and there is no way out. Literally, all you can do is kill yourself. In the video game, of course. We're talking about video games specifically, YouTube. But that's where your story ends. That whole epic quest done here in a toilet. Or maybe more appropriately to say a toilet hole? I don't know. Are you still in the toilet at this point? I did it too. Who didn't do it? It's disgusting and stupid as hell, but if James from Silent Hill 2 can just jam his hand into a clogged toilet for no reason, I can do it one better. It's stupid as hell, but that's video games, right? And that's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We have brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.